Hello and welcome back to Fusili Chemicals and the Open Synthesizer. Today we're going to be formulating ibuprofen. Ibuprofen is a common over-the-counter drug, sometimes prescribed by a doctor, to treat pain, physical pain, not really emotional pain. So what this drug does to the human body to inhibit pain is that it inhibits the PGA2 pain receptors in the body, and that's what prevents someone who drank this drug or who took this drug from experiencing whatever pain they were experiencing at that time. So this drug is actually produced in a different plant. Now, we have plants all over the world, of course. We have manufacturing plants all over the world. And the one that I work in, the one in the Philippines, produces the drugs that I discussed to you guys in the previous videos. Now, I had to travel abroad to this manufacturing plant that produces ibuprofen, and because of their geographical location, we have a certain circumstance wherein they don't have access to the same precursors. They don't have easy or ready access to the same precursors that we use here in the Philippines. So although you guys will see a benzene ring here in the center of my molecule, we can't produce, or we can't get deliveries for benzene quickly, or rather when we need it to produce this chemical. So we have to make do with the precursors that we have on hand, such as toluene, dioxane, S-triazine, butanone, isobutane, butylene, formic acid, thionyl chloride. We still have water. Water is abundant everywhere, so it's easy to access water. Hydrazine, hydrofluoric acid, and phosphoric acid. So the challenge when it comes to producing these kinds of chemicals in a different geographical setting is that we have different precursors. We have different options, and so we have to be more creative when it comes to making do with what we have and actually producing these chemicals. So what I actually did here, so I only used really 4 main compounds here. So those compounds are isobutane, right, toluene, butylene, and formic acid. So I used the formic acid for the 2 oxygen molecules that are over here, and then I used the butylene for this structure over here. Of course, I used the toluene for that benzene ring structure in the center of the entire compound. All I had to do was remove this 1 carbon molecule here at the bottom. And the last one, the isobutane here, I just rotated it 180 degrees to form this lower part. So really, it was a very cheap compound to make, and it only took around 1,000 cycles to to meet our quota every day of 120 molecules, or 120 batches of these things. So there's nothing really much to it, so I'll just show you guys the construction process of it. So we rotated this over here and then moved it to form these 2 oxygen molecules here. And for the rest, we didn't really move much. We just had to trim the fat, as I like to say. So it roughly needed, so we really only needed roughly 1,319 cycles to produce this chemical, and we only used 10 modules and 22 symbols. So compared to the actual compound, the actual ibuprofen structure, we only had a difference of really 4 molecules here, 4 atoms, right? So that's really it when it comes to ibuprofen. And next, in the next video, we will be discussing about paracetamol. Okay, so Fusili Chemicals, as I've said in previous videos, manufactures a variety of drugs, right? And part of these drugs are the drugs that people use to treat the common cold or the common flu. That is chlorpheniramine maleate, which I discussed in the previous video under the name, or I believe the brand name, Neozep, right? And then this video here, ibuprofen, which is sold under the name Advil, or some other names. I know there are some other names, but in my country at least, these are sold under Advil, the name Advil. And in the next video, we will be discussing paracetamol, which is sometimes called Tylenol or Biogesic. And so that's really it. So once I'm done with paracetamol, we would have completed the trifecta of drugs that people use to treat the common cold. And we'll be branching out to different chemicals from there on out. Okay? So that's it for this video of Fusili Chemicals, and I'll see you guys in the next one.